Hey, Pepsi, flip it around.
Can we trust Pepsi to do this right?
I think we can.
Let's do it, Pepsi.
I believe in you,
We can
Pepsi.
do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for that would
hands
not have been
gonna
good.
be
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night.
You got it, babe.
Special
you got
episode.
Oh, other way.
201.
Quit. One more.
No, you.
No, you had right
Sorry, listen. Oh, fucking Christ.
No. The
Just
other
stop.
way.
No.
There
There
it
you go.
is.
It's gonna
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
That was the close one. Almost
He was
ripped
trying
that
to
right off.
he was trying to see how much he could tee Peter off after his cameras already teed
He's like,
Peter
you
off.
like that? You like that? You like that?
201, and we don't know what we're doing. I gotta love it.
Thank you, Pepsi. You're the best.
It is hot down here a little bit, eh?
Get yourself a beer, Pepsi, if you like.
Sweat, yeah, I do. But it's chilly outside, no?
Well, the AC's not on.
It's a little chilly.
The windows are open.
It's gonna be a good time, but it'll be a little chilly.
I don't know, it'll be fine.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen. Pat, do you have the food on?
I'm waiting for the sausage on, but I'm gonna put the burgers on when the thing is preheated.
Oh, okay.
Which is gonna be in
How we doing, boys?
another 100 degrees.
Terrific.
Thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. We got Chris McGraws on the ones and the twos, looking mighty fine with that Guthrie's hat on.
I do.
And we got Pat.
He's got a new world.
Oh,
order.
and I got a bone to pick with this kid. And then we got a slimmer Joe Keneally here today, looking good.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, looking good.
hitting that 90 days hard these days.
What?
Yep. How you feeling from last week, Frank? Did you survive? Was Sunday hopefully not too horrible?
No.
No?
I just get sleepy. So it was a sleepy week.
Got to get in that mic.
Ooh,
Got to
sorry.
deep throw that. Don't be scared.
Right up on it, baby.
Sleepy week.
Oh yeah. Well, at least you got. When do you start school again?
Monday.
Oh wow.
So you're a week earlier than Katrina.
Yep.
Ooh, that's tough. I heard some kids are a little earlier with
Yes.
I'm sorry, the intern for SWA is actually later this year, so his school goes a little bit later, which I thought was kind of
Is he in
weird.
college?
Yeah, he's in college,
Yeah.
but they went a week later, so I didn't know if maybe
College
some
goes
people are going
later
on.
earlier. It's crazy. They have a lot more time off.
I know, it's nice. I miss those days. God, how good were those breaks? You do miss them a
The
lot.
best.
I remember I just miss having like Fridays off because Duvall had no class on Fridays.
You could work Monday through Thursday, 50-hour weeks, and take Fridays off.
No, I couldn't.
Good, Pat.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
Well, you gotta try harder.
yeah, work for yourself. You're an
I
adult about it.
I like to work. I like to work harder, not smarter, guys.
We know. Yeah, we know.
I actually saw something on that. Everybody tells you work smarter, not harder, and it's like no.
I got the other way down.
No,
Pat.
no, but it's like you have to. It's a combination. It's not one or the other. Like you have to do both. Like you work hard and it's not smart and it's all garbage. That doesn't work. You work smarter but not harder, so you're getting some things done, but you're not putting in the hours that it might need. It's a good combination. Like everything in life, Pat. Variation and.
Wise words.
Thank you. See, look at hey, 201. We're stepping out of the degeneratism and we're coming into philosophy.
I'll bring it back.
Let's give you advice first.
Yes. All right. Well, I got a bone to pick with Pat Lynch. I watched last week's
baby.
episode 200. You could probably see it up here if I put it up here.
Which you won't because we've no idea.
He will now.
Pat?
There's it is.
First of all, fair enough. You didn't want to do the smelling salts. I'll give you the breathe out. Not sure why, but I'll give you a little bit of a break. I didn't realize how you didn't touch any of the smelling salts. So you gave maybe a little bit of a whiff. Chris, also, you gave the blindfolded loft. Should have been more. Get your goddamn
Oh
nose in
no,
there.
I got all of it. Hey, you guys put it right up to your noses like idiots. I read the instructions and it's like wafted into your nostrils.
Instructions.
That's
You know,
good
if you read.
chemistry safety.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got a teacher. He's an adult. We have an actual adult on the podcast, so probably shouldn't go that route with him here. Fair. But Pat Lynch, me and Lauren watched the entire wings. Everybody eating the wings.
Okay.
And your little dibby dabs and little baby bites, where Chris and I were slathering these wings up.
Okay. You guys, you take your man card and put it on the thing. Like, great job, guys.
You.
I didn't want to do it the first time. I didn't want to do it the second time. So I don't care.
Let's give it a second. Let's let that breathe. I just want everybody to see that in the world. Our 167 subscribers, our 200 a week viewers. Just give that, breathe, take that in. Take that in. Goddamn, Pat Lynch.
Just be grateful that I grace you my presence every week, all right?
Chris, you got that laugh track? A little louder. Let that go for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, again, feel that. Okay, now that I got, oh man, it was killing me. I see Chris taking huge bites, getting every last ounce of it. Joe sweating like he was just taking a bath.
Joe.
Me, I didn't realize how sweaty I was. Holy hell, was I was glistening like a brand new apple up just getting washed. And then you got Pat Lynch over here. Looks like he could have had about 92 more wings. No problems. No issues at all.
Also, wax up the tongue, so I was good to go.
I did the Conan O'Brien.
Did it all. I was good to go.
Pat was Vince Vaughn over here. You got to take the bombs out. You got to take this one.
But I did want to bring that up and ask you guys, were there things from this time versus last time that caught you off guard, you thought were better, worse, looking back?
They were more like, they tried to do like more like this one. They had more like sweet, and then like they tried to give you like a little sweet thing in the beginning, and then it's like hit you with like a overhand right with the
I think
the
that
heat.
was 1, and that was the number 7. That was right before the
I
ball.
thought it was 6, 7, and 9 had that.
They
6 had
two.
nothing to it, I don't think.
They had 2 that had sweetness to it, but I did.
No, you're right. 9. I think you're right, Pat. I'm sorry. 7 and 9, I believe, were sweet.
And then I believe that they had more taste. Like the first,
I thought the wings tasted better overall this time.
I thought the sauces tasted a lot better than the first time. The first time they just were like blah. They tasted like battery acid almost. I don't know how to describe it, but like these actually had some taste to them, a little bit of heat, which was nice. They weren't like just like trying to set your tongue on fire.
Did you think the heat was better or worse? I wish I would have went back to the first time we did it. Because do you remember what we brought to? Because I know we had a few things for the podcast that I think made it easier.
I thought we had.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off. We did have a shake on the first one. I remember that.
We did have the shake. I can't remember if we brought. I remember milk being like something, but I don't know if we brought that and we got milkshakes. The other thing I do remember looking up, and I don't know if we did it or not. I can't think if we did, but I did look it up, and I'm not sure if it's right. But I thought we had orange juice as well.
I was just thinking that. I think we did do maybe some orange juice that maybe cut some of the...
Because the sweetness and the acidity of the oranges would cut off the heat.
Maybe that's where because I remember... So Frank, if you had seen the episode, not sure if you did, but we did the hot ones last week, and we got 1 through 6. Like, I didn't say this out loud, but in my head, I'm not kidding you, from 1 through 5, I was like, this is easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Like, I could do this all day, 1 through 5. 6 was like, ooh, okay. I was at the point where 6, I didn't want to look like a B, so I didn't want to do the...
You did that like Shaq, where he's like, come on.
Yes.
And then you're like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, no. Everybody does it, too.
Yeah.
But I got to 6, and then I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't want to grab the milkshake just yet. I'm like, this is a little bit of heat. It's not terrible heat. And then 7 was you drank, you had a nice sweet taste to it, and it just kicked you in the mouth.
Yeah, and then you got the bomb right after, which just amplified
and then,
all the
so
the
7, like
horribleness of
a 7
everything.
pack got the milkshakes, started to let it, and then breathed for a second, and then the bomb hits, and you're just your life is over. Like I forget which contestant said it, but or maybe it was Vince Vaughn. Talking hurt, and it really did hurt to talk.
He said when you breathe, it hurts more.
It hurt a lot when you were talking, like trying to come up with questions, trying to read. Afterwards, it was tough. The next day, like Joe was so right. Doing it the day before we went on the boat was such a smart move because my stomach was all types of messed up on Friday. The other thing I thought was, again, the flavors were good. I'm trying to think. There was one other thing I was thinking about. I think I felt like my lips were like something in there. I was reactivating and I was feeling it all the way up until Friday afternoon. Like I went to bed, my face was still tingling. I woke up, brushed my teeth, and it like reactivated, and my lips and my face were tingling.
I got that floss in there, man. Clean it out.
No, that's what I mean. Whatever. There's got to be like some seeds or some like. I don't know what it was, but immediately just
pocket
like,
of the tooth hanging out there waiting for it.
But this time there'd definitely be more. I'll probably use some of those sauces, even though Lauren, I brought the box home, and Lauren's like, "What are we gonna do with this stupid big box of hot sauces?"
You're just gonna you're just gonna come home like every week and be one's gonna be thrown out. And be like, "What happened to it?"
Yeah.
There's one.
How could you not throw the bomb out first?
There's one that I know that you can give for a Christmas present to somebody at the table here. It's number 8. He would love it. I know he would.
I mean, that's a gift that will go straight to the garbage can. But thank you, I appreciate it nonetheless.
I'm trying to think of. I thought I had something on that too. It was.
It's weird because the bomb doesn't make whatever the Scoville is on it doesn't matter. It's just so bad.
It really just hits you so effing hard. Like you don't even realize how ridiculous.
Is it the same as the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's whatever. Like,
it's season 24.
Yeah, you buy whatever. You can buy the
watched
seasons.
their show, but I know like Paul Rudd was one of the only ones who just kept eating. He's like, this is no big deal.
Oh no, there's a
There's a few.
Same
people,
like
yeah.
God
Vince
Gary
Vaughn
does that.
Vince Vaughn was like a serial killer. Basically.
Just
Yeah.
No issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Fieri went on there and he ate
Yeah.
all the wings without touching any like water,
Yeah.
milk, or anything.
Yeah,
That's
Vince Vaughn didn't shoot
insane.
How
during
do you
drinking
do
either.
that? I don't get it.
Into the mic, Franklin.
I
I know
know.
you're not a professional, but we'll get you there.
Sorry.
Are you still doing your the kind of YouTube kid stuff, like the teaching with that one guy?
I was a little bit. And I've kind of backed off, but he runs it pretty well. Yeah, he's going strong.
That's awesome. How's he doing?
I got a few videos that I
Okay.
helped make, but yes,
oh, nice. Do you get any rewards from that or anything?
$3 a month. It's great.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
that's sick. Well, I mean,
But
you
I
never
only
know.
I only have 2 videos, so it's not like I have a lot. So
Well, that's
LA's college fun. Here you come, baby.
there you go.
Taco Bell brought the value meal back, baby. That $3 can go a long way.
Did you see? Is it Sonic's $1.99 value menu?
I have not seen it, but I've heard about it.
I've
That-
never eaten at a Sonic.
You have not eaten at Sonic?
There's really no one around me, right?
I mean,
I have to go
yeah,
way out of my way to get to
well,
one.
yeah.
The only time we ate, sorry, Chris. The only time I think we ate there was at John Jacobs, right? With John Jacob.
John Jacob down in Purdue, and then we did it another time.
there's
can't
one by
remember what.
me. The problem is it's so slow. It's so slow.
You know,
To get food,
yeah.
even
Somebody,
drive-through. So,
there's like YouTube videos of like how bad the service at Sonic is. Like, it's better to get into like a booth and order your thing than to get in the
Probably.
drive-through and
like
try
I'll
to
order
do.
like
Oh,
a
really?
slushy, and it'll be like 10 minutes waiting for a slushy. Like, what are we doing here?
Isn't that just like ice with some shit
Yes,
thrown on it?
some
Yeah,
sugar,
pretty much.
some sugar, water, and ice. That's all it is.
They were the
So,
first ones I know that, or
It's
in,
delicious, but
and they might only be still some of the only place you can get tots at a like fast food like.
yeah,
And I love me a
they're
good tot.
good. No, they're good.
You know they did like that second commercial was something that they try to like
This is
say,
like kinda
they
sick.
try to
There you
say
go.
that it was like a cross between like this is this will tots lovers and fry lovers. This will be the combination. You know what the combination was that they came up with to placate both parties?
Steak
Crispy
fries?
French fries.
No, the Kringles.
Crinkle cut fries, which are
Yeah.
nothing like a tot at all.
No, not at all.
Nonsense.
Where
Let
did,
him know,
where'd you
Pat,
see
let
that
him
at?
know.
Great though.
Where did you see that at? I'm sorry.
It was a commercial.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah,
like,
they
this
have
is
like
stupid.
they're trying to sell their
makes
French
sense.
fries or something.
I'm like, this is stupid.
Portillo's crinkle though. Delicious.
There. I mean, Portillo's quality is not there anymore. But since Buffett has taken
disagree.
over, do you think come on? That chopped salad used to be something. You used to write home about that chopped
It's
salad.
still good. They had a chicken sandwich. The one was a chicken sandwich. Their grilled chicken was really, really good, and I don't ever get it again. But
Maybe you guys just had a little too much with the boss man, like in the Portillo
Oh,
sandwich.
easily.
That's fair because we don't really like the patio anymore, and people still love the patio.
I love the patio too.
I mean, I like the
But
pad,
yeah,
but
it's
I only
more
eat there like once like that, like 6 times a year when I'm out in the office.
I don't remember the last time I had a patio, and I think it's because I have this thing where if I can make, I personally feel I can make it better. Why am I wasting my money on
That
it?
chicken sandwich, you cannot make that chicken sandwich better.
I don't think I've ever had
That
that chicken.
original
I've never
chicken sandwich is like the
from
best chicken sandwich.
patio.
Yes,
I've never really had.
Yeah,
it.
their chicken sandwich is pretty good. I've had it
it's
before.
very good.
Their chicken is out of this world. Like it's
Yeah.
it's on
The burgers
it's on
are-
steroids and something else.
I don't think I've ever had a
Their
burger
burgers
there.
are bad.
I only ever had a
Burgers are
burger there.
bad. The chicken tendies are bad.
They used to
but
be good.
Yeah,
the
the
tendies
tendies
used to
are
be
Oh,
good.
the
They have
tendies
good
used to be
salads.
great.
So good.
Ribs are good. I
They
like
used to
their
have a
sauce.
meatloaf that was pretty good.
I don't know what they did to those tendies, but they went. I mean,
Oh,
they used to be good. It'd be a
yeah.
nice little shareable thing. and,
chicken
like,
sandwich. Try next time. that regular chicken sandwich is really good.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Chris, you know what you can do for Frank's? What number is he? You can raise his,
I'm talking into it.
but you
You are
want
a
to
little
step
light.
off.
You are a little light, yeah.
Yeah. So you could just raise that up a little bit. That'll catch him better.
There we go.
So
Ooh,
when
now
there you go.
Now Frank's deep in my
Now
brain,
Yeah.
baby.
Now we're cooking.
Because you know what's
I
going
think
to
we
do
had it lower because of Joe being there.
Yes, 100%. And so if you want to talk like this, we lower the volume actually. But if you want to be out here, like you were,
I'm
which is
right
fine.
here.
No, you're good. I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt. But it's gonna kill me when I'm editing and I hear you and you're out here and I can't Pat Lynch.
Pat Lynch does it
Drives
all the
me off the-
time.
drives
Baby.
me off
He's
the
like
wall.
pissing Peter off all the time.
I did it on purpose.
It's slowly gonna get me there.
On purpose, Peter.
I did a dessert tasting today before this, and let me tell you what, boys,
He had tea time.
my stomach is in all types of flips and knots because I just went straight sugar to beer.
Say what dessert?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry for the
tummy
wedding.
rumbling. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're
it's
an
like
oak
cake.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like we're doing
okay.
we're not going to do a cake for the wedding. We're going to do a dessert table
An
instead.
accoutrement of desserts.
Yeah.
Cookies, man. That's where it needs to be.
I got the sugar cookie. I'll be honest. So we did a cookie, a brownie,
Some free,
cheesecake bite.
Some free advice.
All right,
That'll let you know
Sounds
when your
good.
damn dessert's coming out.
All right,
'cause I
that's
didn't get in mine.
okay. So you had a cookie, a brownie, cheesecake bite. What else? Or is that it?
Oh, and the cakes.
Okay.
So we did 3 of the desserts, and then we did the cakes.
Okay, rank them from best to worst.
Oh, cheesecake bite was out of this world.
It looked pretty good from what you sent me. I was upset that you only said a bite. I mean, like send that back and give me the whole entire cheesecake.
I have a lot of bites. I love cheesecake.
The vanilla cake with the vanilla frost, like their butter frost, whatever they do. It wasn't
Buttercream?
real. Yeah, it wasn't really. It was 10 times better than frosting. Tremendous.
Okay.
Then they did. We tried the carrot cake because we both like carrot cake, and the carrot cake with the vanilla was out of this world.
The cream cheese frosting.
And then it had to have been the cookie, it was more. You know, how Mom does cookie, like the chocolate chip cookie is a little crispier.
Yeah.
I'm a soft baked cookie. I'm not. I
You don't like the crisp.
I don't. And like an over buttered.
You don't want to be able to take it and throw it outside and break a window.
I also don't want it to sit on a piece of napkin and then just all the butter just oozes out of it.
No.
That's personally not for me. So it was good. Coffee.
Did they give you ice cream too? Because I saw the picture, or whatever, of like the.
No, that was the icing.
That was icing that they gave you. That was on like in those little cups or whatever. It looked like pudding to me.
So we could smear and try.
Okay.
The vanilla cake was out of this world. It was really good.
Cheesecake bites.
Like
it
a
is for the win.
real like bakery cake is insane.
Oh,
it
dude.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I watched this. I don't know how real this is because you can't trust the internet. But a lady did. She's like, "Do you want to do a professional cake? These are the things you need to take out, and these is what you need to add in." And it was like instead of water, put butter. Instead of all these weird things that you would do instead that would make a professional would do instead of. You could take a regular bake cake thing, and then you just do these simple things, and it's way better.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, who knows?
Yeah.
So there's this. Chris likes to watch this guy who watches people make these weird recipes, and then he just he comments on the video.
He shits on them.
And there's this old lady who does it, and I watch her on Snapchat sometimes, and she was watching this one like this. Listen to this dessert. The base layer was cookie. Then they put
the cookie or just like a thin cookie.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a great question, Pat. Cookie dough. So she's baking a cake. Okay. So cookie dough is the bottom layer. Then they put Oreos. Then they did Nutella. Then they did Reese's Pieces cups. Then they did that hazelnut or no. It's Nutella and there's another one. There's not like a chocolate one. Whatever.
This doesn't sound like
something.
great, to be honest.
And then they put white chocolate on top of that. And then they put cake batter on top of that.
You know the guy? The guy. I think the guy that I watch
did that too.
He reacted to that video too.
It looked like
doesn't sound
diabetes.
Good. Yeah. Doesn't sound good.
I think that's
they
what
just do it for the look.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. She didn't. She didn't. They had maybe a bite of it, and then the rest got thrown out.
I've seen some where they wrap it in you ever see the ones with cotton candy and they put like ice cream and sugar. I like sweets, and I can't imagine eating ice cream like sherbet and gummy worms in cotton candy. It's just ew.
Or you're right.
No
like
way.
you ever see
I like sweets.
Like
no
the
way.
teacher does the big bowl and everyone brings a candy in. I wouldn't like that. That's too many weird combinations. Like you could do like this the Sour Patch Kids with like a bunch of like milk chocolate things, and you're like, what are we doing here?
I saw Sour Patch Oreos and I'm like, why would you do this?
No.
They had my uncle got some Snapple Sour Patch Kids,
Not
and
great.
that did not taste that good.
Like the Snapple flavor.
Snapple flavors, yeah,
So
mango, strawberry,
like
kiwi.
an iced tea with like sweet and
No,
sour.
so like it's Sour Patch Kids, but they take like Snapple
Snapple
flavors.
in it. Yeah, that sounds bad too.
It is not good. There's one of Gordon Ramsay online, and some lady tries to cook a chicken in a pumpkin, and he loses his fucking mind. It's hilarious. It's so good.
His videos are very good.
Yeah,
I like watching him.
his reacting to people is fucking
I mean,
hilarious.
now that he's become wholesome.
Come on in, brother.
I almost like watching him more. Like he's much more wholesome now.
Yeah, when you don't have him like on an American TV where he's
Why don't
trying.
we
you an
slide
idiot
that way?
sandwich?
And Joe, you can come get on the end here, baby.
What are you? An idiot sandwich?
Yeah, that was great. Classic.
Get on there, Joe.
Quick note about that. Went to a restaurant, a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in London, and they were selling. They didn't sell them, but the staff were wearing shirts that said, "What are you?" And on the back it says, "An idiot sandwich." And I was like, if they sold that, I would buy it.
If they had the one with like, "Where's the lamb sauce?" I get that one too. That's a great one too.
You gotta imagine that they do sell that now.
I'm sure they do. Yeah. There's another. The other great one is where his voice changes when he's screaming at somebody. He's like, you cook in a nonstick pan because it's fucking called nonstick. And like when he screams nonstick, his voice just goes to another octave, and it's fucking hilarious.
His kitchen nightmares. I can't watch that. I've watched a couple, and I'm like, if this you have no idea if that your kitchen is like.
Well,
that.
the problem also, if you go to restaurants and you start seeing things, you're like,
I wasn't done. Thanks, Matt. Yeah. Good. No, you're good. Good.
I thought you were finished, Peter.
No,
Nah, he kept. He was.
just-
Yeah, hey,
jump
Peter,
on in, Pat.
Hey, Peter, you have no idea if those kitchens are like that.
I love you, Pat, but you just never let anybody finish a sentence. Especially when you have a thought, you're just like, nope, it's got to get out there before anybody else gets to it.
I have short-term memory issues, so I got to say what before I forget it.
Fair point. Get in, Joe. You got it.
I was gonna say so short he didn't even.
Dude, how bad was traffic today? Like, just
Let me tell you.
holy crap, is it insane right now? Joe's still. All right, Joe is still a little off the camera. Let's get him in there. All right, we got to do one more huddle to the right. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna be in this weird position with this table here. Am I
All right,
still
much
in?
better. Yeah, you're in. Look at you. You can see you.
I can't
Joe
see
just
me.
got in here, baby.
There
Are
he
you
is.
that blind?
Yeah, well, pretty much.
No. Yeah.
I could see some like red shirt in the middle that
That's
looks like
me.
Frank.
That's
That's
me.
about pretty much all I can see.
If you want to, you could turn me and Joe up, and then we can probably talk off a little bit off, and it'll catch us a little better.
You got talking to your microphone.
You got it?
Okay.
Oh yeah, right
Pretty
there.
good.
See now,
Yep.
we don't have
That's
to.
good.
Me and Joe don't have to make out to talk.
My distance.
All that tongue action.
Oh baby.
It's crazy to me because I have pretty decent vision, and I asked Lauren when we were going down to the tasting, like she was having a hard time seeing some of the street signs, and I just try to get like the idea of the vision that she has compared to what I have, because like she couldn't see a couple of the signs, and I'm like, that seems so easy, and you can't see. Like, you can't make out what we look like in that camera. It's weird to me, Chris.
No, I can't.
Getting old.
But the other thing is also I'm wearing a black shirt and I'm also in like the shaded part of the corner here, so I can't really see myself all that well. I feel like I can at least with my black
Time
shirt.
for glasses.
I have glasses.
I was going to say, Chris, you are probably the most minus Pat Lynch.
No, Frank with his red
yes,
shirt is
yeah.
the most prominent.
Yeah.
He's got the best. I was going to go what
I
Joe's
can-
doing, but I figured it's going to be a little Chilly Willy. And
I know. I'm like.
I mean, it took
what?
me to 29. I had no glasses till 29, and I was
Oh, I
just
had-
the school lights just burned my eyeballs.
I
Like,
have I
started not being able to see kids like 20 feet away. I'm like, okay, time to go to the doctor.
Yeah, I have glasses in the Mercury. I use them for driving mostly.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into my favorite new subject. Or not subject.
Oh,
new-
great. We're going to hear the top 5 at 5 here.
Top 5. I like it. Top 5 at 5. All right, where do we want to start? I've got. All right, so we all work out, minus maybe Frank.
I look like I work out.
You do. You look pretty. You look, and it's funny. The worst part is the guy who probably doesn't work out.
don't.
Has got the best body of us all. U.S. just won its first weightlifting medal since the '80s, Chris.
Yeah, I heard that on the radio. Yeah. That's kind of wild. Considering how many people how much weightlifting and you got strongman and all. I get there's classes and whatnot, so you got to be in a certain weight class and stuff like that.
It's Olympic lifting is a
Is
complete
a lot, yeah.
different animal.
It is.
Than we did a lot of that in college.
But
and
you
it's
gotta-
way different.
But you got to imagine there's a ton of people that probably could still do Olympic weightlifting. That
for sure.
that-
No, and there
and
are.
I'm wondering if they just don't care and don't like doing it, or gets to a point where you're just like, nah, this isn't worth it.
Do you think a lot of the guys that we see and we think could do it probably have enhanced, and that's the reason they can't?
The guys at the clubs you work out don't Olympic lift.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, Pierce saying, are you some of the guys that I watch weightlift and do weightlifting and whatnot, are they they can't do Olympic because of Olympic testing where they steroid
Probably some of that.
test? Yeah, and
yeah,
a lot
for
of
sure,
them probably
yeah.
are. Yes.
Yeah, I mean a lot of it, it's more of visuals. You're working out to look good. That's a lot of weightlifting. So
I know Mark Henry was the strongest man in the world. I know maybe that was a little bit of a gimmick, but he was a very big.
No, that wasn't. That he is a a
But
monster.
how does he
strong man.
not? Don't you think he should? Maybe you know what? It might be his weight. Maybe he's
He-
just a heavier guy.
Well, now he's a heavier guy, but he has a son now that is in weightlifting. He looked kind of promising.
did you ever see the videos of that one Olympic lifter? I forgot. I don't know what country he's from, but he'll pretend he's a custodian and he'll
yeah.
Yes,
and he'll
yeah.
go clean up.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the thing is they don't look even that big, but
No.
they can sit and clean just outrageous amounts of weight.
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
outrageous. It's crazy.
Anatoly, I think that's his
That's
name.
it is.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
Anatoly. Yep.
So they're so funny.
Those are fake though, aren't they?
no,
he actually-
Come on.
No, I'm telling you, you don't understand how strong.
No, I know he can
Those
lift
guys
it, but I
are.
think those people.
Oh,
you're-
you
I
mean
don't
like
think so.
they're not. That's not you're
Those
not
beach
going up to
muscle
some
guys. Come on, man.
Chris, think about it. You go to the gym.
I think part of it probably is a little bit staged, but I think part of it is there are probably some people who don't know who this guy is, and he just kind of goes in there and probably does, and they're like, "Oh wow, you're stronger than I think." But I'm pretty sure if you were to go to a gym in Los Angeles and did that, somebody'd be like, okay, something's wrong, and then would
There's
give
some
him
type of YouTube shenanigans going on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's
Like,
all of it. You're right.
He also's in a weird janitor. Have you ever seen a guy at the gym in a one-piece like janitor?
Full-on janitor, like.
Oh, all the time.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, the videos are terrible.
No, I like them. I like that he can lift weights. I immediately see it. I'm like, it's cringe.
Peter's pissed that guy
I
comes
know.
in and lifts 365
Sorry.
pound deadlift, and me and Peter can't even do the bar deadlifting.
Yeah.
First of all, we could deadlift okay.
I
It's
know.
our bench is so just
I was the
atrocious.
same.
Oh, but we have long ass arms. That's the reason.
My bench was always terrible, but I can squat a ton when I was working out with back in the day.
We're better at back than we are at legs or chest for sure.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? And the guy, you know where he primarily works out at?
LA Fitness
His garage.
export. Oh, that's
Oh,
right. The guy
really?
who won the medal. Yeah, who medaled? Yeah, he has his own.
That's awesome.
Like the guy who
His
the
own
40-year-old
garage
guy who
gym?
was shooting or whatever. That was good too.
Oh, yeah, but he did win.
That dude was incredible.
It doesn't matter. He didn't win. He got silver.
He got
The,
silver.
the memes are great about it.
I think
Yeah. What do you mean?
He
The
medaled.
memes-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he medaled. He got second
got
place.
silver.
Silver.
Yeah.
The one I saw was him with a partner,
No.
and his last, he looked so nonchalant, but then
Yeah.
he effed it up at the end.
Yeah, he
The
missed
memes, the memes
last
on it are
one.
great. They're like, you never remember second place. Like, hold my beer.
They're like-
they're so good. They're
Yeah.
great.
One I saw is when a country hires their top assassin to play in the Olympic Games, and he just like
Got his glasses on.
Yeah,
Not even.
yeah.
You know, in like South Korea,
The
like
other- the other
they
one-
look like
You got, like-
robots.
you got people with like this
Yeah.
and this and all they.
They got
see-
the robot
and he
vision
just
on.
like
He's just some dude who walked out
Got
of the
it.
crowd and
Yeah.
hold my beer.
Go ahead, Chris. You had a comment.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry.
there's one of Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's up against the bar and he's just like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it's like the guy from like Ukraine or whatever who comes in and just starts randomly. Just
I shared
yeah,
that
it's so
exact
good.
picture.
Yeah.
I shared to somebody.
Okay, but the other is it? This is it's a dumb comment, but I see the people with like the Terminator style like equipment on. What is that? Like, is that really even being in the Olympics when pretty much everything you're relying on is something to help? Like, shouldn't it be what that guy was doing? Like, just coming up and like eyeballing it and like,
Well,
But
if you're a good enough
that's-
shot.
I mean,
No, I mean,
outside of if you need glasses to see like Joe, me, and Frank, I mean that's all you should have. Like you shouldn't have like this huge ass like pinpoint scope that's gonna help you unless you're like 1,000 feet. Unless you're shooting from like somewhere in like Spain.
is that
and you're
really
trying to hit a
Olympics?
target.
That's just you're showing off technology at that point. No.
Yes,
Well,
I mean that's a whole discussion we can get into. But it's like the track, same thing. Then take off their spikes. They got to run naked. They got to run on dirt. Like, what's at what point is that technology? Like you said, you're right.
No, yeah,
you have
I
a
get
good
what
point.
you're saying. Yeah.
I'm just saying where
'Cause
it's
that's-
cheating. But that's where they benchmark.
You're right,
it.
yeah, 'cause they're
they have
yes,
to benchmark.
yeah.
This is okay. This is cheating. There's a line somewhere in all those different sports.
Because you have the same thing with weightlifting,
Yeah.
where all these guys wear like suits that help them
Suits,
squat.
the shoes,
And
yeah.
swimming
Yeah,
same way.
yeah,
Swimming,
exactly,
the
yeah.
suits, the shoes. Yeah.
It's
all-
just so
You're right.
blatant with the shooting. You're like,
you're right,
oh
you're
my
right.
god, this looks. But you're right.
It's funny, you're right, because it looks so the visual looks so Terminator-y. Yeah, that you're like, this is come on, man. I agree. I know what you're
100%,
saying.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
I did want to say one last thing with the shooting though. Someone said, "How is America not medaled in 30 years
I saw that too.
in the shooting event?"
Listen, we're more a
What are we
spray and
doing
pray
here?
country than we
Yeah,
are.
dude.
What
There you
are
go.
we doing here? Is my question.
You know how many innocent bystanders get shot? That's our game plan.
They boycott those people from the Olympics because so many innocent bystanders would die in the stands.
Oh, you beat me to it. Yeah. The other one is I saw how far the archery stuff is. Have you guys seen how
No.
ridiculous that course is?
No.
That is insane how far
I
they
can
have to shoot.
imagine, but I didn't see
How
it.
far do they have to shoot? Do you know?
I didn't get the. I'm sorry. I didn't get. I should have gotten the distance. I should
Yeah,
have
you
run that
need a
down.
distance, so.
But when you look at the video, like you see them shoot, and then you see how far they have to hit the target. You're like, oh god. Or the shooting targets are insanely small that they have to hit.
That's crazy.
They
I
bring them
saw
up.
the smallness of the target. I didn't know how far though. But I can imagine. You're at the Olympics. I mean,
77 yards.
Oh wow.
Almost a whole football field.
that's
That is
crazy.
nuts.
For what?
To
Is
have
that
that-
archery?
Yeah, to have that
It's
type of
almost like
accuracy.
300 feet. Or oh god, wow.
And then it says the target is 122 centimeters in diameter and is only 122 centimeters in diameter.
so
and
like
the-
50 feet, like in
meter.
diameter, pretty much.
22 centimeters.
Oh,
A meter. It's a meter and 0.2.
I apologize. I was thinking.
so you're talking
I'm thinking 2.54 divided by 2 to get
I
was trying to get to centimeters. You're right.
I don't
yeah.
know. I honestly
My
don't
feet.
know centimeters. But then
Science
the 10
Yeah.
ring or the bullseye is only 12 centimeters long.
Wow.
Yeah, that's you're talking like this.
That makes
Yeah,
more
no,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that's crazy.
thinking. I was doing the wrong conversion there.
Okay.
Peter, did you see the?
Next one.
Wait, I have one more.
I do. No, go ahead.
Did you see the guy from Great Britain in the men's triathlon? There was this guy from Great Britain. He literally, like, they're coming around like the last turn, and he was trailing by like a huge margin. All of a sudden, turns on the jets. Like this is like Peter McGraw, just like
What is this
chilling. The men's triathlon.
Triathlon. Okay.
So like he was like maybe like they had like a decent amount of pack coming out of the pool or out of the river for swimming, and he biked, and he was in like this group of like maybe like 12 people. And then they fast forward because like nobody wants to watch an hour and a half of people biking, running the same circle every time. So they come back to like the last turn, and this guy from I want to say it was either Norway or Finland or something. He's leading like by like a decent amount. Like it'd be like Patrick running behind me, or like me running behind Patrick, and then Patrick's on this last corner, and I just turn on the jets. This guy literally from Great Britain turns on the jets, and all of a sudden, the gap that he had between this guy and him is now the gap between him and the guy that was in first, and he just blows past him and finishes in first place. Like he literally waited till the last turn.
Wow. Yeah, you got to imagine that first guy was like, I got this. Nice
Oh,
easy kick.
you watch him run. It's like watching some guy run past you, and you're like, "There's nothing I can do to catch you."
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mortgage interest rates are the lowest they've been since 2022, but they're still ridiculously high at 6. I think it's like 6
And a
point.
quarter?
Yeah, 6.25, maybe even a little bit higher than that still. Yeah. The top, I didn't know this. The top was 7.8%.
Yeah, it was wild.
But if you have a mortgage anywhere in the 7s, getting down to 6 helps a lot. The other thing is home prices are down if you want a smaller house. And you guys are gonna make fun of this because I was thinking like, oh, what's like a small house? I have no idea what like a true square home, like a square footage for a home is, but like typically prior to COVID, houses were being built for 2,500 square feet, and now they're down to 2,300 square feet.
Mine's like 2,400. My house, so imagine that. And I would call that big.
That's not.
I mean, for me.
No,
I'm
that's
pouring,
great.
right?
I'm trying to.
It's just kind of shocking to hear that.
Yeah.
I think, but I thought that was so. But here's the thing: our generations want smaller homes because we're not having as big of families, so we don't need.
I don't know about that because the problem is like it's not even the square feet; it's like the amount of rooms. I feel like some of these smaller Chicago houses have a lot of rooms, but not a lot of space.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
That's fair.
And that's
the
what we
bedrooms
see.
are so
Suburbs
small.
are huge houses. I saw one that was like 4,000 square feet, and there's 3 bedrooms. Like, how is there only 3 bedrooms in a 4,000 square foot house? Like,
You yell
I
at
don't
Pat
understand.
Lynch and he runs away from the podcast.
Oh, you do.
You let him know, and he's gone.
Oh my God, Pat, you're back.
Hello.
Do you think we need to go up and
can you interrupt us?
Yeah, I was.
just get on in there? No, Joe's too polite. He could never do it. But yeah, if you want a smaller home, which I think most people do kind of want you want bigger bedrooms, smaller home. You know why? We don't want to clean.
No.
I love my apartment. Also I don't do as much cleaning as I probably should, but it's also easier to keep tidy.
I have so much room for activities, though.
You could get away.
That you
That's one thing you can do.
That's true.
I could
That's the
never
main
get
thing.
away.
Yeah.
Like I go away and it's
I got basically 3 floors in a sense, so I can go downstairs and not
Not deal
exactly.
with it. Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Okay, this is one of those duh moments. Maybe not duh moments, but like, I don't know. I also don't know if I believe this, but there has been a study that again, they look at the pyramids all the time and try to figure out how the hell did they make these things. And a new study came out that they used water.
Duh.
And you're thinking like, how do they? And you're thinking like the traditional way, like they threw water. Like some people have said that they drag and then they hit the sand with water, so it makes it slippier and like easier to move across. That makes sense. But the newest one is that they flooded the area, and so those those vents that they thought were for ventilation, they think that those were actually for water, and that they would bring these huge things, these huge bricks in through water, and were able to float them through. And it would be a lot easier for them to place these things and move them throughout the water because, again, as we know, it's easier to lift like heavier things in the density of the water, but blah blah blah. The scientists probably could tell us, but
Buoyancy.
yeah, some shenanigans.
Buoyancy.
And I thought kind of duh, but then also because I didn't think that ever. But when I originally heard it, I was like, I think we've talked about them using water to move the bricks. But then they flooded the area off the Nile and stuff. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the craziest part is we'll never know, unless somebody figures out a time machine.
Let's
so
invent
weird.
time machine, Peter. Time travel. That's what you need to do. That's what you're.
Yeah. What's weird is they've written so much down. And like you said, why? How do we not know this? For as much as they actually did write down the ancient Egyptians, they did a really good job of doing a lot of that. And how did we not find something that explains
exactly how they did it? Yeah.
Because they were so old. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was before they really started.
Well, that's the other thing. You're right. No, you're right because here's the other thing.
Pyramids are very, very old.
And much older than they think. And
Cleopatra was. I think closer to our time than the pyramids.
Yep.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And that's how crazy old the pyramids are.
And Joe Rogan has this, I forget the guy's name on, but he has him on a lot. And he actually has a Netflix show that talks about some of these things that are way older than people want to give credit for.
Yeah.
And they think the pyramids, based on rain rain damage to it, that they are they think it's much older. Joe Rogan goes into a whole thing about it. And Lauren is literally texting me 9 times. Hurry. I'm about to go up there and I'll text him. Baba! What was I going to say? All right, and then last one. This one's kind of funny, I think. That's only it's only three.
It's only 3.
I gotta make up some stuff. FYU, guess what they're naming their stadium? If anybody gets this, I will buy you a beer, and Joe, I'll buy you a water.
What is FYU?
I'm sorry. It's Florida University.
No.
The Ron DeSantis Meatball Stadium.
That's good, Chris. Close. I'll give you a tip, but this takes out the Mr. Worldwide.
Oh God, Pitbull.
Yep.
Pitbull Stadium.
FYU is now being named Pitbull Stadium. No joke. Pitbull Stadium. He has to make 11 posts about FYU, and
how many concerts do you have to do there?
I don't think any actually. And I think no. I'm sorry. They're going to make one game is going to be based off a Pitbull song, and then he's paying $1.2 million a year to have the naming rights.
Wow.
I won't lie. That doesn't sound like a lot to have naming rights to a stadium. I mean,
True.
I'm sure at the university level, it's a different thing, but I mean, that's still a lot of. That's wild. That's crazy.
It is a little bit of a smaller university.
It is. I was thinking it was Florida Internet, like that Florida Internet, right? The one that's right on the ocean, but that's not it. It's a whole nother. But it's in his backyard, which is kind of cool, and it gives them some money to be, to do well with the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you number 4, Chris, provided by Mr. Joseph Keneally. Frank Sinatra. Okay, this is a crazy one.
Yeah.
Did you know, Chris? Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin wouldn't play a round of golf unless cocktails were served. So the old Desert Inn in Las Vegas stocked a cart with drinks to support their round. The rest is history. Golfers can thank Sinatra and Martin for inventing the beverage cart.
Nice.
Kind of crazy.
I believe it, but I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not.
That could be, yeah.
But I
You're
feel
right.
come on.
I could see it though,
I mean,
because golf used to
can see
be
it.
used to be a gentleman's game.
I could see it. I could also see it where they went to some other golf course, some no-name rinky-dink course somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and they were doing it, and they brought it to Vegas. They're like, we're not going to do it, because we got it here, and they'll do it.
All right, I got
I'm
one.
just saying, you go to those old country clubs in whatever the 50s there, you can't tell me they ain't smoking cigars and drinking
Hell yeah,
some
baby.
whiskey in the 50s.
fair.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe they were wiser and just took it with took it with them.
I mean, Frank Sinatra's cool as hell, so I can imagine he could do something like that.
that was the time, the Rat
Yeah.
Pack. But all those guys died all of them died of very hard cigarettes, all the drugs, all that shenanigans. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast where he talked about the Nazis and their drug use. And bro, the Nazis were getting at it, boys.
Oh yeah, Hitler's prolific for being on tons of
Yeah,
like
you're right.
what is it? What was the one
Meth.
that he was?
Amphetamine.
It was it was Pepiton.
Just right before speech, got to
Oh,
pep
yeah.
up that energy.
You know what's kind of crazy is so one of the stories I heard from from that podcast was how he kind of really got interested in this was he had a friend who had another friend who got at an estate sale got a medicine chest from an old German couple, and in the medicine cup they found this thing called Pepiton, so they looked it up, and it was meth, like pharmaceutical meth. So they all tried it, and they were like, "This
Walter
is
White.
insane."
Walter White meth.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
He said the guy who you talked to said he stayed up for 2 days, but he was like the happiest person in the entire world.
Makes sense.
What is the crash after that?
Oh, I cannot imagine how miserable would that have been. And then last one. So in the Indiana Jones, when he was that one guy, I think it might have been the first. Pat will correct me if I'm wrong, but in the first movie where the guy with the whip and they're about to do a big huge fight scene, and he pulls out a gun and just shoots him.
Yep.
The sword fight.
Yeah. Oh, was it a sword? I thought it might have been a sword fight, and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him. You know why that happened?
I do too.
You want to explain it, Pat?
Harrison Ford had Montana Zimmer's revenge, and he didn't want to shoot the scene, so he just
Nice.
did that.
He couldn't shoot the scene. He had he couldn't go 15 minutes long or more than 15 minutes shooting without having to use the washroom, and so therefore he's just like, how about I just shoot him? And it was such a comedic scene that they went with it.
That's why you don't bring a sword to a gunfight, Peter.
All right, let's get into some feel good stories here, and we'll get this done because we've tonight's episode is about the Niko Moon pregame. I am insanely excited for this. Last weekend was a blast. The thank you to Pat for the boat ride.
Indeed.
Fun.
Dude, that was so much fun.
It was great until somebody left me on Lower Wacker Drive.
Damn it, Joe.
I'll fight him later.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I was one.
All right.
I was bursting at the seams there. I had to find an alley.
It sucks that Starbucks only, but I get why they wouldn't.
Yeah. I was like, I'll buy everything.
I
Whatever
was
you
the same.
got,
I was
give it
like,
to me.
Even if I buy something, he's like, no.
Joe took
Yeah.
off, and I went to that Starbucks, and they're like, we're not using the washroom. I'm like, I'm just looking for my friend, and you weren't in there, and I went around the other corner, and I'm like, you're gone. I couldn't find you.
There was a crackhead walking right towards me, and I did not break stream. I had to go. I was just nonstop. I wasn't going to stop until I was done.
Oh, here we go. Visitors of Scotland can play real tennis. Real tennis. What is there, like a fake tennis?
Yeah, right.
There is.
Yeah.
It's called pickleball.
Yeah.
On the world's oldest court dating back 500 years. That's crazy that
That's wild.
tennis is 500 years old, but I kind of get it. Like you're just hitting a ball back and forth with like a stick in a net.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. But that's cool that you can play on that court. The UK Royal Mint is now extracting gold from electric waste.
Wow.
Interesting. That's kind of nice.
Not only electric waste that you can get, but our sewage contains a crap ton of gold.
Get out. That's
Because for some reason, I forget what we swallow that has bits of our gold in it.
What?
Yeah, we swallow
I
pieces.
haven't heard this.
Oh yeah, you could you can pretty much mine human waste, and you're gonna
I
gold.
I know that from like the computers from the 80s, like the parts in there you can get
Oh, yeah.
bits of
Yeah,
gold from too.
electronic waste for sure,
Yeah.
but I never heard of
Wow.
Bloomberg.
real poo-poo.
Nobody really likes Bloomberg, but Bloomberg gives away another $600 million to fund medical students. This time for 5 historically black colleges.
All right.
Oh,
Way to go,
That's
Bloomberg.
awesome. That's awesome. Archaeologists find literal pots of gold, but it's not in Ireland. Let's see where it's at. Any guesses where it's at?
China.
Modern day Turkey.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be nice one day? I've always that's like always a fantasy. Go metal detector and then find like something cool.
Yeah, so the government could take it from you.
Yeah.
Like the Civil War gold. You guys ever hear that story? That's insane. These guys found a train of gold, and the government's like,
Not ours.
you got to go.
It's ours, not
Also,
yours.
there's a ship, a Spanish ship that had silver and gold on it that
yeah.
sunk, and the government came in and said, no, that's
Not
Florida's. That's ours. And Spain's like, no, that's ours. And America's like,
Come get you some.
Fight us.
Come get you some.
4th generation farmers helped youth flunking out of school to grow and sell food for disadvantage in Minnesota. It's kind of a nice story. Minnesota's got some nice stuff going on for it these days. The governor's now the VP or running with the
Oh yeah.
Harris. There's some funny stuff there. Back and forth. Some of the new nicknames. What do they call him? Tampon.
Let me give you another one too.
Go ahead.
Brad Pitt is 110 days older than him.
Whoa.
Think about
What
that.
weird yeah. Wow.
He just looks so old, but
He does really look
he's
old.
not that old.
You know what sucks? Martin Short was, or not
Brad
Martin
Pitt
Short.
is 110 days older than him.
Wow.
Who's the? It's Martin Short, and then
Oh, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin won't play him at with the SNL. By the way, he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
But
But it was like nothing. It was like he's not a comedian that does interpretations. That's what he
yes,
said.
yeah,
It
which
wasn't
is
like
I get it.
anything-
No, he didn't want. Yeah,
It was
100%.
like I don't do interpretation.
But he
I
looks
just have
just like
white
the dude.
hair and
Yeah.
glasses.
He looks just like the dude. Okay, this one's weird. We're not going to get into it, but canine sniffers in Oklahoma used their nose to convict child predators. That's
right.
not good.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
I don't want to ask why.
It's a feel good story. I don't know why that just seems weird.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I mean the stuff in London. We don't get into that stuff, but this is kind of nice to see, especially with all the stuff that's going on in London. Or it's not London. I think it's Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Community comes together to rebuild brick wall of mosque damaged by rioters. So at least there are some good people in this world. All right, and Pat's favorite country artist, Brad Paisley, wants to open up another free grocery store in Nashville after 5 years of dedicated service.
My man.
Very nice.
What a hero.
What a hero. Pat Lynch looking, oh, look at he's still smirking like, oh, this is mother.
He's still
What
burning
we
over.
really need is another Toby Keith bar, but R.I.P. Toby.
Yeah. God, that poor guy.
I missed that bar though.
That was, they really screwed up Joe's on Weed too, and that in the Rose, the Bub City and all, they just, why wouldn't you just keep what you had? But I digress.
For another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for the beautiful Friday night pregame
Podcast.
of Niko Moon. Frank, thank you for joining us. Pat,
Sure.
thank you for not interrupting for the last 30 minutes. Joe Keneally, you the man. And Chris McGraw, get us out of here, baby.
Pat, I didn't even know you were here this week. Bye.